Which brings us to our next topic on our future, or rather asking children about their future and what they want to be when they grow up. Whilst it may seem like a harmless question, which I think would encourage forward thinking in our youngsters, an article in the New York Times states that this question does disservice to children and forces them to define themselves in terms of work. Do you agree, Shona?
No. I knew you were going to say
something. I can see you in my peripheral just shaking your head.
I'm like, you should be sitting down and having this discussion with your kids. It's like sex, drugs and career. They should be the three things that you start. Don't you butt in on me.
I've already rolled my eyes. I don't think you have to ask them. I don't think there's a problem asking them. What's the detriment in asking
them?
That's
the question. What does it say?
Problems.
Why
have you asked it? Why is it a problem?
What are they? Yeah.
It's a problem because you're teaching your child to define themselves by their job. So then they're learning that becoming a fireman or whatever it is who they are as a person, rather than looking at their attributes as
when you say fireman,
doing all of that.
Yeah, why
like who you want to be, what do you want to change in the world?
What is your desire? Like I said to my boys when they were starting, probably about 9 or 10, when they were starting to think about, you know, people had said to them, what do you want to be? And one said, I want to be an air flight, you know, a pilot and da-da-da-da. Think about your passion. Think about the things that you love. And if you start doing that at a young enough age with your kids, then they're going to know what their desires and passions are and where they want to go.
Have some goals.
Have some goals.
But you're starting those questions off really small. What do you enjoy doing? What makes you happy? You're not saying what career are you working towards. Like you don't start with the hardest question when they're really young. You start with small steps.
My girls are all going to be doctors. That's what we're teaching them.
I love it.
Apparently there's a problem with that. But I guess I'm guilty of it too, because I feel like growing up, we were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Whilst I don't know what I wanted to be then, I thought I wanted to be a flight attendant.
Yeah, we all wanted to
set goals for myself.
The interesting thing, though, is this question has been asked throughout history. Every kid's been asked this. And a long time ago, there weren't that many jobs to make an answer out of. Right. Whereas today, the plethora of jobs is just, you know, it's enormous. So you're asking the same question, but there's clearly a different answer.
So shouldn't that make it a reason to ask? So they're starting to think about these things?
Lots of people don't know what they want to do. And as I've said before, people change careers, so not just jobs, careers 5 to 7 times in their life. So to say, what do you want to be and define that box, I just find really off-putting. But if you want to ask it, I'm sure there's no problem. Like the kid's not going to turn out odd because of it.
Aaron started his uni degree this year, and the thing they told him was you need to take electives in your decision making in your course, so that you're training yourself for multiples of jobs, not just the lawyer or the doctor or the dentist or whatever you want to be. You need to take other electives so that you're employable.
That's helpful, but it's not the be-all and end-all. Like having all of those academics and all of those things doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a happy and successful life.
Oh, it better. I'm paying an awful lot here.
But don't they say that the jobs that we're training, that are the kids aren't even
so you can ask
exist?
them what they want now, and that job may not exist.
But it gives them some sort of idea on where they're going to go.
But I think they're going to pick that up anyway. Look at mum and dad. Mum and dad go to work. They're going to get that that's something they're going to fall into one day.
Not everybody goes to work, and not every parent guides their children into careers or jobs or whatever they may be interested in.
And we are all different. Like everyone will come to that at their own time. Just because education says you need to come to that at the end of year 12 doesn't necessarily make it true, and it doesn't necessarily mean that's the best thing for you. Some of us take a while.
So you're saying just let them float through and they'll find it?
Not at all. Guidance is great, but to put that pressure on them from such a young age, I don't see the value in it.
With my girls, I think we talked about careers and various things along the way, but it took them a while to work out what they want to do. And I don't think, I think it's okay. My daughter was feeling like all her friends were getting on with their life and she didn't know what she was doing. She's found a job now that she's passionate about. She came home the other week and said, Mum, I would do this if they didn't pay me. You know, and I'm thinking, great, I'm so glad about that. It took her a while, but she got into something she's really passionate about rather than getting into something that she's not earlier on.
I know, but I think also as parents, we set the example for our children. So whilst we're talking about, you know, encouraging them to have career goals and whatnot, I think also we need to teach them characteristics that encourage kindness, empathy, those things.
Who they're going to be.
And so that's what I think this article is trying to drive.
Can I just say, I think the most important thing is for kids to know who they are, be okay with they are, because then those decisions are going to be really good, credible, solid decisions.
Look, thanks, ladies. A wise woman, Maya Angelou, is quoted saying, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.